What's up, upstanders? Dr. O here. And so, a little small controversy in terms of it didn't get a lot of attention. The idea of Stephen A. Smith liking an Instagram post by Nick Fuentes. And for people who don't know who Nick Fuentes is, he's a white supremacist, anti-Semitic. When you actually watch the post, it's extremely anti-Semitic. And, Stephen A. Smith put out a post saying that something to the effect of he does not know who this person is, and if any type of click button happened, it was unintentional. Now, look, to be fair, all of us in some way, shape, or form have done something on social media that we probably should not have liked or forwarded. Many of us have retweeted articles and didn't fully read them, but maybe liked the title or something to that. I do believe that people who don't have a demonstrated history of something should indeed get a pass by saying that what they did was unintentional. And of course, Stephen A. Smith is somebody with a social media team, etc. I don't know how often he's on Instagram, etc., etc. I believe that that's fair. And I don't know of anything in Stephen A. Smith's past that would even put him in a category of being someone who is anti-Semitic. And so I don't believe that he is. I mean, actions speak louder than words, right? Now, if he had a history of maybe putting up 2 Nazi salutes at the inauguration and working with a German extreme party that many people deem neo-Nazi in Germany, and maybe had a history like that, I don't know who I'm talking about, maybe anybody, then maybe I might consider that person to be anti-Semitic, and Stephen A. Smith would be that person. But I don't see that. But here's the problem. When you are out there touting how people want you to run for president and how you're so much better than the Democrats and all of this other stuff, and on top of that, you're associating with interviews with people who may not have had the nicest things to say about the Jewish community, or you're out there spending your time in front of an audience in terms of many people who are supporters of things like Fox, who have also embraced various forms of anti-Semitism, then you have to do more than just say you didn't like something, or if it was done, it was unintentional. Guess what, Stephen A. Smith? You want to talk political stuff, you got to actually be a leader. And so what you're doing right now is very similar to people who you often defend. People like Trump, people like Elon Musk. When Trump was, what are those 2 guys? I forgot who were brought back from Romania, the pedophiles and sex traffickers. Those guys, Andrew, whatever. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Drop the name in the chat. When I get fluent, I forget certain things. When, Trump was asked about why they were brought, was Andrew Tate or something? When Trump was asked about their role in, his role in possibly them coming back to the United States, what did he say? I don't know anything about it. And then it turns out that the Trump administration did pressure Romania to let him and his brother go to come back to the United States. Anything. Trump is asked about white supremacy. I don't know anything about that. And you see that there's a connection. Asked about Project 2025. I don't know anything about that. And then just moves on. If you want to be a real leader, unless you want to be Trumpian in your leadership, which is, you shouldn't get so caught up, Stephen, in the fact that people may want you for president, because look what we have now. People don't have a problem with, a know-nothing, non-intellectual person who just gets out there and lies all day. So, don't pat yourself on the back too much. But the fact of the matter is, many people see you as a type of leader. So you have to do more than just say, you don't know who this person is, or if you did like this post, it was unintentional. You have to get out there and condemn what Nick Fuentes was talking about. If you watch that video, anyone watches it, it was pretty much every anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic. It was all of that in one. And really, at the end of the day, we're in a time right now where there is no middle ground. You're either down with something or you're against something. You're either for it or you're against it. You're either with it or you're with us. And when I say us, I mean people standing for social justice. Doesn't mean every social justice person agrees with every single thing. But if you really want to get some respect from people who have a deeper view than just watching you on a sports analyst show, or people who just want to watch you on with Hannity and other these guys and just click like and say, yeah. If you want to get a little deeper respect, then you actually got to condemn stuff. And when you don't condemn stuff, and if you're going to continue associating with people who at the very least have have put out some very racist ideas, and you're going to continue to go on these shows, it's not a far step from them putting out stuff that's also anti-Semitic, and you're going to have to either identify with them or not identify with them. So I believe that Stephen A. Smith can get, now some of y'all ain't going to feel this at all. I believe Stephen A. Smith can get a pass right now because we've all done things on social media that we've, liked, unliked, maybe shouldn't have retweeted, blah, blah, blah. But when you're out there talking about you a leader, you potential presidential candidate, blah, 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 you got to do better. You got to obviously be more careful with the social media stuff, but you also got to condemn the things that you are being associated with. If not, then you're just going to be a black Trump, and people are going to respond accordingly. So what you going to do about that, Stephen A? We watching. Want to see your take on it. Peace.